So, day 22, I just got done with a short but awesome meditation. It's so interesting now when I start to go do the breathing exercise. A lot of times, it's like as soon as the music starts, I can just feel energy shooting already through my body. This morning, it was like my body was doing it on its own, like its own breathing, its own. I was not controlling it or trying to control it, or it was awesome. It was interesting. I never quite had that happen, but before that I was having a little contemplation, and I was looking at a couple things online, and it's just so interesting to me how stuck and caught up on all the little details there are, and how we can complicate the shit out of everything instead of just keeping it simple. And like Scott says, he's all about keeping things simple, because I think that's what people can relate to. I guess what I'm referring to is you need to, take these supplements and vitamins. You need to live this diet, and you need to exercise, and you need to do this and that, and you get in it. And I understand that completely, but that can also be a slippery slope, because you start putting your power into everything outside of you. The kind of meditation I do is when you're going into quote unquote the quantum field. It's about forgetting all identity. You're not Emily. You don't have blonde hair. You don't have blue eyes. You don't, live in Chalfont. You don't have 2 kids. You don't have, a boyfriend. You're letting all of that go, to reach that point of connecting with something that is so much bigger than you. And when you're there, nothing matters. I mean, it's not about polar good and bad, and right and wrong, and it's just about love. It really is. And then when you come back from one of those experiences, you're just so in love that nothing could matter. I mean, I've had times at workshops where I don't even eat after, because I'm so full on life. It really is something that, as I've said many times, you can't explain until you experience it for yourself. I guess the whole point I was trying to make was, I think, more importantly than trying to, on the outside, have a perfect life, I think it's much more important that we go within and deal with what we got going on inside. And I just really do believe that that is the key. Do I know eating healthy helps? Absolutely. As long as you do that from a place of fear, like, oh my God, I have to eat healthy, or all the animals on the earth are going to die. And I'm not trying to offend any vegetarians out there. I'm just saying, I think when you come from a place of fear when eating, that will be reflected more than anything else. But what you got going on inside is just as important as what you got going on outside. If you're constantly in judgment of yourself and lack unworthiness, all of that, it's going to be reflected much more than anything else. And I know, because I've lived it, I've seen it. Just live a little bit more out of love and not fear, and see what happens. Less judgment of yourself and of others, because when you stop judging yourself less, you won't judge others. You'll be so happy you don't need to. So just got off the phone with my friend Patty. I met her through Dr.Joe workshop. We had an amazing conversation. I just wanted to share a couple things that we talked about that I think is really important. We study quantum physics. Quantum physics is the study of the very tiny. So if you look at anything that you see, hear, touch, smell, taste, it all starts with an atom. And the atom is made up of 99.9999999 space, energy, and only 0.00001% matter. Everything is made of energy, and it all comes from a quantum field. And mind and matter are super connected. In fact, they're so connected you can't separate them. And understanding that everything is made up of energy, then you can get to a place where if you start changing your beliefs, that you can live a different life, essentially. Our thoughts have an effect on matter, and our beliefs have an effect on matter. All I invite you to do is to just try it, test it out for yourself, read a book, start meditating, do a little experiment, just to see if it works. We all have the innate ability to heal. Our bodies have the innate ability to heal. We just have to get out of the way, pretty much. A lot of people that go to these workshops and receive healings, many of them get healings, meaning whatever physical condition or mental condition they had is gone. The second part to that is sometimes they go home and back to the environment where they created all that shitty energy and shitty emotions and shitty beliefs, and it comes back. I think that this is a subject and a topic we should talk about more. When you get home from one of these and you really start implementing changes in your life, how tough it can be if you continue to be in the same environment. You can overcome your environment. It's very difficult, and sometimes you need to change your environment. That doesn't mean you have to go home and make drastic changes. It's very personal to each person. But I do think in order to maintain that state of wholeness and happiness, and where no disease exists, there's definitely, by default, there's going to be some changes to your environment. People fall away, things fall away, because you're at a different place. It's no different than start a new job, and maybe you had a friend at your old job. Your relationship was more based on complaining about your boss. You move to a new job, and let's say you meet some new people that actually, they live healthier and better lifestyles. They maybe they're more active. They eat healthier, they have more money, they enjoy life more in general. Naturally, that person at your old job is going to fall away a little bit more because you've opened up that space for new, healthier things to come in. It does not mean in any way you don't respect and love that person at your old job. It just means you guys are in different places. It's okay to change your environment and change things in your environment, but also realize you don't get healed once and you're done. You don't cross the river of change and get to the other side and then it's all good. Everything's, you're totally healed. Underneath that healing is another healing, and then another healing and another healing. That is why we are here to continue to evolve. It's important for people to realize, you get this healing and it's amazing, but then it's up to you when you go home to continue to do the work to stay in that state and do those things that's going to continue that healing, and then get ready for another healing. That's why I've gone to 10, because you don't get to a place and stop. You continue to grow in anything you are learning, in any new skill you're learning, in any way you want to grow in your life. The learning never stops. What day are we on?
20.
Day
20.
16.
13.
It's someday.
57.
I really did today. I really did. I kept having to look at the camera or calendar. This day something, and my first entry for the day, just a busy day of cleaning, because we are gonna have two of our most favorite people be here this weekend. On Friday, actually, Simon and Shayla. And then Saturday, we're going to have a little gathering at the house of Dr.Joe people. So it's going to be a really enlightening weekend. That's all I got for day... Whatever
That's all
day.
You got?
That's
Really?
all I got. That's all I got. Do you have any words of wisdom you want to pass on for today?
I have too many words of wisdom.
All right, give them one tidbit.
You have to be true. How's that? You have to be true to yourself. And sometimes we have to stand up. Sometimes we have to stand up to others. Sometimes we have to stand up to ourselves. You're welcome.
Thank you. Go. That was really good.
She's going to edit that all out.
No, absolutely not. I'm not going to edit that out. So, good night on day whatever. And we will see you in the morning.
Let's watch Wiley's show.